Alright, hey everyone, Wonderbot here, and welcome to Curse of the Dead Gods. It's a roguelike hack and slash game. Honestly, from what little I've seen, it kind of looks like Hades, but with a completely different, not aesthetic necessarily, just mythos? Yeah, mythos. I love the art style, and it's actually made by a developer that made some cool games that I played in the past. Specifically, they made Space Run. I didn't care for Space Run that much. What I did care about is Masters of Anima, which is an absolutely fabulous sort of Pikmin-like RPG that I played a year ago, 2 years ago, and I rather enjoyed it. And I was actually really curious about, like, yeah, when are they going to make a new game? And so here we are. I really like this 2D style. I think the game itself is 3D, but, like, the art just along the way is fun. Okay. So I can swing my torch. Interesting, so there's a light and a dark mode. I am an angry and grumpy looking man. I'm going to turn the sound effects down by a bit. That's still pretty loud. I always struggle with this whenever I launch a new game. I usually want to hear voice acting, then music, then sound effects. Especially when the sound effects are just like the same sound effect forever. Okay, so dodge quickly. Okay. Ranged attacks use stamina as ammunition. Oh! Stamina is the things beneath. So, I shoot my gun, then I get tired. Okay, this makes sense. So slower, definitely slower and more methodical. Nice, you actually pull... Ooh, look at this. This is a fun thing. Start with a weapon. Gold, weapon, or stats? Let's go weapon. That sounds the most exciting. And then we'll figure out what the heck that statue-looking thing is. I love maps like this. FTL probably was the one that popularized this exact map system. But I'm used to the... Ooh. I have a darkness meter in the bottom right, and I guess open this door is something off. Okay. So, still loud. Still very loud. Still pretty dang loud. That should be less. But yeah, it's the Slay the Spire map. And I don't know about you. I don't know if you've ever seen me or met me before. I am an absolute fan of Slay the Spire. It's one of my favorite roguelikes of all time. Ow. Okay, so these suckers hurt. Obviously. What about Torch? Okay, so I gotta be careful here. The enemies hit pretty hard. And there's a greed kill system. So as long as I'm going quick, ow, and not getting smacked around like that, nice combo system. I just have to be very careful, as a number of these enemies seem pretty punchy. Okay. Just gotta keep smacking him around. Don't let him... Okay, there we go. So it also looks like using my finisher uses up all my stamina, or uses up my stamina as well. For some extra bonus damage. Eh, that's fine. Okay, what do we got here? So, at the cost of 500 gold... Oh, so do not go for weapons unless you can afford them. So, note to self, don't go for... weapons, period. Offer gold, offer... One base... Boss's hammer. Offer blood. So that's what the purple resource probably is. Maybe? I have no idea. So yeah, you are correct. I can also light these torches. So there's traps that I can use. Okay. That's neat. And now I got a big screw you hammer. It'll be fun. Alright, so we want to go weapon? Nah, let's go relic. Okay, watch out for that. Ow! Safe. I was not... You know what this almost reminds me of? Ow! I pulled out my torch. It's dead. I wonder if setting an enemy on fire makes them take bonus damage. It seems like it, yes. +3 to higher statistic, Constitution, Dexterity, or Perception. Take that. Well, that helps. Healing certainly helps. Let's switch to this. Is there anything in these? No. Audio balance is certainly a bit of an issue at this point. I'm certainly... Like, some things are just considerably louder than others. Doesn't look like I can do anything with that. But, like, the core gameplay loop makes a lot of sense. It's very slow and methodical. In terms of, like, yeah. Oh, hey? Aha! And I'm stuck. That's okay. Oh, I broke the torch thing. Okay. Well, one way or another, grabbing this hammer has made a huge difference in terms of just like, hey, I actually have some healing here. Which is something I was not expecting I'd get my hands on. Yeah, some of those bass boof noises when you hit things is pretty loud. Yeah, and I feel like they're probably not connected to the standard sound effect meter, which is the issue. Hi. Relic. Okay. So, restore 5% max health when going through a door. Perception, enemy attacks deal less corruption. Grab the Vitality Gemstone. So when I offer blood, do I take damage or is it corruption? So it looks like blood is the corruption meter on the bottom right, which can go up to 5? I am unsure. Well, let's go for unknown, because I can afford nothing. Living Temple. Okay. Ornaments of cold stone suddenly brought to life. All jaguar statues now trigger fireballs. Okay, so I've got 5 curses probably before things get truly bad around here. Okay, so greed kills get me a fair bit of stuff. Wait for a second. Hammer time. Yeah, those are really loud. I'm pretty sure that sound effect is supposed to be... Whoops. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, hi. What is this? Swift bow. Kills grant move speed buffer for 5 seconds. No. Now, if I could replace my pistol or something, I'd be super down with that. But you. More money. And a dagger. Offhand. Replaces pistol. Cross hands dodge. Restores full stamina. I have no idea. I have no idea what a cross hands dodge is. Let me even see what that is. Codex. It might be under Codex, but also, it looks like the green stat is gold find, blue stat is damage, red stat is health. Okay. I'm digging this. So we can go to a Haven Gold stats. Let's go stats. Haven might be the trick to keeping the corruption stat low, though. Okay, just get that greed kill bonus. So, obvious problem is they didn't handle the sound effects that well. But truly, like, otherwise, beyond that issue, this is pretty good. I was expecting this to be something closer to, like, what Hades is, and it's not. It truly is its own thing. And that's actually a really, really good sign. Because I love me some roguelikes, but a lot of them do tend to be a little bit derivative. And there's, like, kind of twofold problem with that. For starters, just in general, anything that is just inherently derivative. Okay. Anything that is inherently derivative almost always isn't worth anybody's time. There's a few games that kind of make it work. But most games are just like, yeah, I've already played this. Torture ring, killing an enemy with environment restores. I guess I'll take it. There's no reason why not to. Okay, health is looking much better than it was, too. So what do you have for me? Extra max health. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, we can tell. So max health and damage. 5%. I could go both. Obviously, I could spend corruption and just go bananas. I think I'm just gonna go for the max. The one thing is, going for the max health would mean I heal better. Let's go for the max health, because I heal based on my max health when I kill things with the hammer and when I go through doors. Let's see. So, I think we're going to err on the side of the sound effects meter doesn't work. So I'm actually going to turn the sound effects back up, but I'm just going to turn the master volume way down. And hopefully this means the weapons will equalize. And if it doesn't, then we'll figure... Boss? Go for that boss. What's up? Okay, still loud. I'm gonna just alt-tab, turn the whole game down. I'm betting those sound effects are just entirely not tied to a single sound meter, and that's the issue. Which is a bit of a shame, but easily fixed. Oh, right. I'm gonna turn that up. This is gonna take some getting used to, because this actually is a roguelike that I would be more than willing to play again. Multiple times, in fact. Okay, that's slightly better, at least. Relics of Ancient Assassins. Bonus base damage for daggers. I'll take it. Okay, there we go. Those greed kills are fun. I like it. I don't necessarily need it. Oh! I don't necessarily need it, but it's a fun way of, like, kind of make risk reward. The more enemies you can kind of kill in a sequence, the better off you are, ish. Let's see. I thought I already had one of those. I'm confused. I wonder if... Okay, so there's higher tier versions of these too, so these might cap out. which is an issue. Let's see. Actually, probably use hammer. Just keep getting those kills with the health, and so on and so forth. Let's see. There's kind of a topic on the my other monitor. Unfortunately, I think this is a full-screen game, so I can't really respond to it as well as I was hoping. But anyone noticed a decline of gaming on YouTube? I wouldn't necessarily say it's a decline of gaming, but back when I first started my channel, most gaming channels were just playing games for the sake of games. There wasn't as much of a aspect of business to it as there was just like a, hey, this is a cool thing, let's play it for a while. And I think that actually changed as people like kind of learned like, hey, you can actually turn this into a business. Okay, avoid. So I can't dodge through enemies that easily, which I'd say is an issue, but it's not that much of one. Let's see, max stamina by 1. Nah, leave that. Actually, let's take it, mainly because I want to see if you can replace these perks and swap around. But it's more so that, like, the way people have gone about, like, gaming for YouTube, is becoming more, I don't want to say streamlined. Oh, okay, so I can just replace these. Yeah, so I can just cycle them out. Oh, bonus damage for maces. Or daggers. We'll just go all in on daggers along the way. But so I think just in general, a lot of people are moving away from the platform just because it doesn't make as much sense anymore. And the people that are staying have changed the style. So, like, back in the... Ow! I thought I was out of range. Well, champion, it's fine. I'm fine. Oh, I have another curse. So, it goes up, not down. Golden skin. Gold impregnating skin and bones. Loses as much gold as damage taken. Health loss is reduced by 25%. Ugh, that's... I mean, okay, I'll take it, but that's rough. I need that money. My cash. There we go. Oh! Okay, so keep this in mind. It looks like no matter what... Ow! I really gotta figure out what a cross counter is. Now, does that summon another? Oh! Okay, I'm dying pretty horribly here. Mainly because of that move. Okay, and that causes darkness. Understandable. I'm not winning this fight. This guy hurts too bad, and that charge up, it's a very clear... It's a very clear, trigger? Telegraph, that's the word. It's been a while since I've used that for gaming. But it's a very clear telegraph. The problem is just, like, I'm still assuming that it's going to be a little slower than it is. Oh, well. I'm definitely enjoying this, though. It's gonna kick my ass 7 Ways to Tuesday for a while. But I like it. Also, the boss shows up no matter what on that layer, so I can go any direction that I want. So what we might want to do is go unknown, stats, money, stats, weapon. That seems like a reasonable idea. Oh, there are tutorials for advanced moves in the top corner. Oh, hold melee weapon attack, then release a charge attack at the cost of 1 extra stamina. Ranged weapon can trigger powerful perfect shots, charge and release at perfect timing. Okay, main hand and secondary weapons combine during combo to trigger cross hands attack. Okay. That's really helpful. I was wondering about that with the cross hands, but wasn't tutorialized at the time. But I guess to finish the thing I was kind of sort of talking about, I feel like the love of the game has been replaced somewhat. The love of the game has been replaced with the love of, or not the love of, but like what works. There we go. That's cool. Kill them with traps. But even, like, I mean, you've probably even seen this happen with me specifically. That like a lot of gaming YouTubers have fallen into certain trends, and have also, you know, started doing this truly full time. And the boom is over. Like back in 2012, 2013, and whatever, you could straight up, as long as you were good and had been like kind of on the scene for a while, you could pretty much put out a video on like any game. This is working really well. Base damage for each relic of level superior. I think it's a little slower than the main hand weapon, but that's still pretty good. But like you could put out a video on Mass Effect and get like a shit ton of views, and everybody would love you. Let's see. Base damage for maces. These are all really expensive. Gold offerings. Money corruption. Extra healing effects. Perception. Just offer blood for this one. Because I'll take some corruption, but that'll... as long as I do like 3 or 4 of them... then it'll pay for itself. Okay, let's keep doing unknown. Unfortunately, I need a lot more money before I can get too much. And curses! What do we get? Cadaveric nests. Rib cages turned into awful nests of vermin. Regular enemies can spawn additional critters when killed. I'm fine with that. Greed killed, maybe. Okay, so what's up with you? Oh, they broke it. Okay. Also, do not get hit by that. Okay, this ain't working so hot. Yeah, so if I had that dagger with the cross combos, I'd be in a good spot. Now, does that increase the money that I'm currently gaining? Probably not. Should probably also fill out that combo move. So they broke my trap thing that I was going to use, which, I mean, understandable, but rough. Yeah, those are bats, not rats. Oh, did I misread it? Or it most definitely said... I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Alright, let's go stats, then gold. And other stuff. We're gonna get another curse, but that's okay. The vermin don't count for the increasing the combo. Oh, I ran out of stamina. Okay. Now, I don't think I can get more than this. I think my combo counter is right out. It's still really loud. Like, I turned this game down and that's still, like, just blasting. It looks like there's money on the other side of this. Maybe that's the point, though. I'm not supposed to actually get in here. It looks like there's cracked walls, though, but I see no bombs. Yeah, maybe if I had a big hammer. Bit of a shame. Because I'd like that cashola. But that's okay. Got him. Perfect shot. Bango. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's slower, more methodical than I was expecting. The enemies still hit like trucks and are a serious issue. Damn it. Double damn it. I tried rolling. So, I know it's not a requisite. But I certainly wish with this game it had it like a lot of other games where if you roll, you will roll through or past an enemy. It's gonna throw me off really hard that I can't do that in this game. Skullcracker, main weapon. Combo finisher, deals crit damage. I might as well grab that. Okay, so we got another curse. Let's see. Maybe. Offer gold for gold finds. We certainly need that. Okay, keep going for the gold. Probably gonna die on or before the boss. Yeah, here we go. So there's no way to undo that. Living Temple. Well, that one wasn't terrible. Yeah, so you can't reduce the value beyond a curse. So once you've earned the curse, there's no going back. Okay. Ow! Shit. I am super dead. But that's fine. I kind of knew this would happen. Mainly because, one, trying to go for that greed kill is going to be brutal constantly. Two, enemies hurt really hard in this game. I don't have the healing that I had last run. Last run was healthy. Okay, stats it is. Yeah, for being an alpha, this game looks amazing. This is what happens when you've got, what, 4 or 5 games under your belt before? Like, after a certain point, you just kind of know what you're doing. And that is important. There we go. Freaking bats. Leave me alone. So who are the devs? The people that made Masters of Anima, which you might have seen my series on that. You might not have. one way or another, Masters of Anna was a pretty good game. It certainly had, like, some flaws, but it was still fun. And yeah, it's also being published by Focus Home Entertainment, who, I don't know, they publish a lot of different games. So it's kind of hard to say, like, which one specifically. I want to say they're French? I want to say they're a French studio. Let's see. Leave the bats alone. And smack him around. This is working pretty well. Retaliation shield offhand. After a parry, main weapon deals crit damage. Sure. So I can still hit them with the shield. I get a charge. I have no idea necessarily how parries work, but whatever. Okay. Bonus max health? Yeah. I like the curse versus gold situation. That you aren't, like, you can actually sack something to get what you want. That's nice. I haven't seen a whole lot of games do that. They published Vampire and Greedfall and so many other games. Damn it. I tried rolling around, but they turn immediately. Mixed feelings on that one. I guess the problem is the enemies are very, very accurate, so if you roll too early, the enemy will just whip around and hit you anyway. I mean, I guess I can kind of do the same thing, but it's very much like a laser accurate aiming. Even if you've, like, rolled around them, they'll, like, if I rolled to the other side of that guy, they would have, like, turned around and then immediately shot me, because the attack hadn't locked on yet, so that meant that they were still searching for me. It makes sense, but it means that it's going to be harder than average to avoid, just because, like, I can't say roll out of the way preemptively knowing that they're going to be shooting soon, so I get out of their, like, frontal arc, forcing them to turn harder to hit me and probably miss. But the answer is no, they just turn instantly and hit me anyway, which I can work around that, but it doesn't feel as satisfying as, like, certain games. I think I'm spoiled by Hades, for example, where the enemies, like, when they turn to shoot, they don't, like, immediately know where you are, so they have to, like, readjust kind of slowly. And that makes a world of difference when getting around, especially when the dodge roll is not nearly as satisfying in this game. You know, I have a limited stamina system, and I can't roll directly through enemies, which means body blocking is an issue. If it seem weirdly critical about this, is because this is an alpha, and I know the developers are listening in this for this specifically. But, like, honestly, super impressed. Visuals, great. Music and audio needs work. That, honestly, it's probably the weakest part, apart from game balance, just because the sound effects are all over the place, and I can't hear the music because the sound effects are so all over the place. But that's fine. And gameplay has such a solid base that if it gets refined properly, this could be really, really far up there as far as, like, roguelike gameplay goes. And, yeah, speaking of, like, the weapons were cool, the cross combos were cool. I can't wait to get that dagger again and actually know how cross combos work. Because if I'd had that dagger that restored all stamina on a cross combo, oh boy, I'd be stabbing the snap out of everything, and it would be lovely. We just have to wait until we actually get to that point. But, like, super good. I will probably be back to this sooner than later. I don't know if I'm going to do some more on the alpha. I might I specifically send an email with this video as a you know, just embedded in or as a link, and they'd be like, please tell me as soon as you fixed that audio problem, because I don't really like concussive loud noises in my ear that much, and I'll probably smooth it out for YouTube, but if that can get fixed, everything will be golden, and I will play more. And especially, like, if they can smooth out enemies with ranged attacks, you know, just kind of honing in on you, and then rolling a little bit. Because I think those are the two weakest points where it's like, it works, and I understand it, but it's just a little bit far off of, like, other games that I'm used to. And so it's inevitably going to annoy me. Because I want to be able to dodge and weave, and I can only just kind of dodge, no weave. But it's fine. And as far as, like, release dates and whatnot goes, seeing as this is an alpha, I mean, it seems to be doing pretty dang well, but... Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's pre-alpha. So this probably has at least another year on development before it hits Steam. I'm pretty sure if you join the Discord, you might be able to get access to the game early and do some testing yourselves if you want to get into this. And I will leave a link in the description below as well for that. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.